Yo, what's really good? It's your boy JDIZZLE, aka JD, coming at you with a new hot Wi-Fi battle for 2012, baby. Anyway, I lead off with the cat, and pretty good lead. I know that anything, he leads off with, I'ma fuck up with, basically with the switcheroo, so I go for that switcheroo. Matane gets the choice scarf, and I receive the Eviolite, so now his defense is pretty much pitiful. So I'm a U-turn, still going to Jeepers Creepers. You know how I do. Jeepers Creepers is one of my mains, you feel me? I still fucks with him the long way all day, you feel me? Anyway, so he goes for the Toxic, predicting the switch, or just getting the Toxic off on my Persian, and it actually is good on his behalf because this Jeepers Creepers has Substitute, so I'm pretty much going to be killing myself if I end up substituting. So right here, I'm going to just switch out because he has a Quagsire and I don't want to take any damage from him. And he actually does a double switch, so that's pretty good. He goes into Earth Ring, and I go into the cat. The cat goes for the U-turn. Even if he's quick feet, I'm still going to be faster because I'm max speed, timid nature, and no, actually jolly nature. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. He goes for the close combat, which was predicted, so I go into Rankarusu, who can take any of his moves pretty beastly, and I can set up a Calm Mind, pretty much set up on him. And this is a long battle. I actually speak this up 85%, so if I'm talking a little fast, do not, be startled. So anyway, set up the Calm Mind. He ends up switching out. He goes into Mantine. Right here, I predicted a switch, so I go for the Shadow Ball. It does a good amount of damage to a Mantine, pretty much their special defensive. And for that to be a special defensive tank, that did a pretty good amount of damage. So right here, I got the special defense drop, so I'm going to go ahead and attack again with the Shadow Ball, just, do a lot of damage to him, get him down to a good, respectable margin. So right here, he actually goes for the Toxic, so now I'm Toxic, which is not too bad because the Spiritomb, aka Rankarusu, actually has the rest. So he goes for the Confuse Ray. I'm like, oh my god, I fucking annoy her. And I end up hitting myself, so it's not really too good for Rankarusu, even though I'm max defense. Me attacking myself, it wouldn't really do too much damage. Right here, he actually switches out, and he goes into I Don't Know, which is a Tabune, and I pretty much cannot attack this guy. So right here, I believe I'm just gonna go for the rest. I end up hitting myself once again, and that's not good. He goes for the Heal Bell. His pokes are cured, and I'm still over here trying to go for the rest, but I keep hitting myself, and Toxic is just taking me down whittle by whittle. So right here, I'm just gonna stay in and keep trying to get that rest off. Right here, I'm confused. I get through the rest. It's like, goddamn, you feel me? Like, I get through the confusion, I get the rest up, and it's like, man, it took long enough. Thank you, Rankarusu, for finally getting it off. And I'm end up switching out. So he goes into Sparky, which is his Raichu, and I actually go into the Daw. So this is a good matchup for me because, I do have the super effective Earthquake, but he actually stays in and goes for Signal Beam, not fearing anything that I do. And I was like, really? You went for a Signal Beam on a Claydol when I can do a lot of damage with the EQ? But right here, he was like, yeah, I know, huh? So he ends up switching out into his Metang, and I actually switch out myself into Scyther. And right here, I'm just going for the U-turn just to get some damage off on him. I know it's going to do a respectable margin since now he doesn't have the Eviolite. So I can switch out, go to Rankarusu, pretty much wall him from hell and back. And he actually goes for the Toxic, which I predicted. And since I'm asleep, it will not be affecting me today. So I knew he would pretty much switch out because he's locked into Toxic. So right here, I know he's going to predict the Sucker Punch. So I'm actually going to go for that Night Slash. Yes, pro predictions by JDIZZLE, aka JD. JDIZZLE, aka JD. You feel me? Anyway, I get the Night Slash off. It's a critical hit. It does a good amount of damage. And this is the Absol with HP Grass. So I'm really not fearing Quagsire too much. So right here, pretty much I'm just going to go for the Night Slash because it's my strongest move against pretty much any of his pokes. So this right here is going to do a lot of damage. Right here, my thought process was that he had the Bullet Punch, so I didn't want to take any prior damage. So I actually switched into the Doll, and he goes for the Stealth Rocks, which I'm not, fearing too much because I do have the Rabbit Spin on this Claydol. But right here, he ends up switching out, and he goes into Barry, which is his Earth Ring. I should have went for the Reflect actually, but I go for the Light Screen instead, and it's somewhat beneficial just because I know my Spiritomb can take any of his hits, pretty much wall him, stall him, and M-ball him, pretty much do anything. But he actually goes for the Facade, and I do block that. But right here, he surprises me with the Swords Dance. So now I see that he has Swords Dance. He will be doing a respectable amount of damage to me. And But I do have the cat, and the cat is fast. So right here he goes for the swords dance, and I'm pretty much predicting him to go for a close combat, and I can just U-turn out, get some damage on him. But he actually switches out and to Bune, which is an Aldino in English name, and I go for the U-turn, and basically now I have switch advantage against his pokes. So right here I go into Jeepers Creepers, and I'm pretty sure he cannot touch me with any of his moves. So I'm gonna go for that punch. You feel me? I'm about to go for that punch, and you feel me? I don't have a sub up, so unprotected focus punch to the fucking face. Take that, Aldino. This is a max attack, and I was pretty surprised how well that Aldino took that hit. And I'm thinking that he has protect, so pretty much he wants to stall me out. That's what I was thinking, because toxic, wish, toxic, focus punch, toxic. I'm thinking he wanted to do that. So right here I take the time to switch out, and he goes into his man team, want to get his HP back up. I go into the Daw, which isn't a favorable matchup, but right here I just want to get rid of the rocks, because his Metang is almost dead, and I know that my Claydol is pretty much of no use right now, just because, well, he did what he had to do, you know? And I actually made a mistake with this one. I thought this was the dual screen Stealth Rock Rapid Spin set, but this one actually has the Earth Power, so yeah, I actually, you know, this is Rapid Spin, dual screens, and Earth Power, and I wanted to have rocks on this team, so that was pretty fail on my behalf. But he goes for the Scald and gets the burn, and it's whatever, because this guy is going to die anyway. So right here I take the time to get my Reflect up, just to be behind both screens and be protected pretty much from his attacks and his other pokes. So right here I'm going to go back into the cat, and since the cat has a knockoff, it will be great for me to just actually, I believe I go for the Hypnosis. I actually go for the Hypnosis and I end up hitting. But what he doesn't know is that the cat actually has knockoff. So I'm going to go for the knockoff right here. He switches back into Man Team, predicting my U-turn. And it's pretty good. So now Man Team doesn't have leftovers. I don't have to remember, I don't have to, you know, really like worry about him recovering HP every turn, you know. So now I'm going to Rankarusu. Pretty much I can just set up on him. His Ursa Ring is going to end up dying, but his Aldino will end up walling me. He goes for the Confused Ray just to annoy me once again. Yeah, it's like, man, this guy's annoying. Right here he ends up switching out. He goes back into Sparky, and since he's asleep and Rankarusu isn't really doing too much this match, and I know that since he has Aldino and he has I believe another normal type on his team, I really cannot hit him with the Shadow Ball. I'm thinking I might put Dark Pulse instead. He just takes me out with a Choice Specs Thunderbolt. Two of them will take me out easily. So it's not really looking too good, but I do have the Scyther with the Choice Band, which will be doing a lot of damage to his team. And right here, I believe I just go for the U-turn. That's a dead Metang. Now, nothing on his team is asleep, so I could use Hypnosis once again. And I believe I do end up using Hypnosis once again, but let's see whether or not it's going to hit. So, he goes into Not Aware, which is his Quagsire, and since, you know, Aldino used Heal Bell earlier in the match, he actually is not burned, and he gets to recover up all his HP. I don't have anything that can actually hit him. I have Knockoff and I have U-turn, which aren't going to be killing him from that range, even though, you know, he's pretty much dead. But, because this is max HP, max speed. So right here, I'm going to just go for the U-turn. And I'm not really worried about his Ursa Ring. I still have my Scyther, which will be doing a lot of cleaning up in this game because he has nothing faster than him besides this Berry if he is Quick Feet. So predicting him to either go for a close combat or a facade, I go into Jeepers Creepers, which will take that nicely. And right here, you're just gonna go for the I go for the unprotected focus punch, and he ends up going for the crunch, which will be doing a lot of damage, even though it's unstabbed. And I do not have defense F, so it will be doing a lot of damage. And tonight I will be going to see The Avengers. I know it's probably about 2 weeks old, but yeah, I have to go see that movie. The last movie I seen was Think Like a Man. It was a pretty good movie, you know. It was funny as hell. Kevin Hart is annoying, but it was funny as hell. So right here he goes into Quagsire, and I just go for the Shadow Sneak just to get some damage off on him. If he would have went for the recover, it would have been whatever, you know. I still have my Absol with the grass, which could be doing a lot of damage, so I'm not really too worried about that. I'm going to go into the cat, and I think my thought process was either to go for the hypnosis or a knockoff, but I believe right here I'll just go for the hypnosis. I do go for the hypnosis. I hit the Mantine, so now that threat is out the way. Now right here I go for the switcheroo. I was predicting him to switch out, but that didn't really work to my liking. He attains an Eviolite after having nothing. I go for the U-turn, and it does a respectable amount of damage, you know, since it's not very effective and all. Right here, I'm going to just go on the Scyther, and I know I can clean up with the Bug Bite, which will be doing a lot of damage, but yeah, I go for the Aerial Ace instead. I don't really know why I went for Aerial Ace, because Aerial Ace and Bug Bite will do the same, but he is flying, so that is why I went for the Aerial Ace instead of the Bug Bite. Makes sense now, JD. Alright. So I go for the Aerial Ace on this Quagsire. It does more than half, so this next one will be taking him out. So Scyther is just a fucking beast in the lower tiers, you know. I highly recommend him. He's very fast. He has access to Swords Dance. He gets a boost from the Eviolite. And right here he actually goes into Raichu, which will end up taking me out with a Specs Volt Switch. So I actually go on my Persian, which could take that hit. It can take it well, as you know, since it's a Persian and all. It doesn't have great defenses. I'm gonna just right here. I'm gonna just go for the knockoff. Knock off his leftovers. I don't have to worry about that little pink blobby bitch. That's not a chancey. And I actually just go for the knockoff again. I'm not really like worried about him. I just want to stay in, see what he does, end up dying. And right here, I can actually just go into my Scyther, which could hit him with the Oh, actually, I'm going to just go on my Absol, just hit him with the superpower, and it's going to do a lot of damage. So, Absol is really going to do a lot of cleaning up this match. It's really nothing that he can do to me. I do get the defense drop. His Retaliate should not kill me just because nothing on his team died. He goes for the Retaliate, which pretty much if he tried to start me out, he was going to lose anyway. So, he goes for he went for the Retaliate, and right here I predict the switch, so I'll go for the Night Slash just because I know it will be the smarter move, and I don't want to have that minus attack, you know, with the superpower when his Raichu actually comes in. So his Raichu comes in, and he was thinking for a long time. I actually just end up going for the Sucker Punch, and actually kills him thanks to a critical hit, and yeah, that's going to be a good match. That's clean up by Absol. Absol and Scyther is probably the main two threats in the lower tiers. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. That's the main thing, and liking the video. Thanks guys for watching. Love you loyal subscribers. Thank you. Peace.